Dr. Leyland. Step into the future, the world is waiting now. Dreams are in the making, we'll show you how. From the books to the screen, from the stage to the stars. Level up your game, let's raise the bar. Innovation, inspiration, it's in our DNA. Breaking through the limits, we're paving the way. Level up, reach the sky, take the lead, don't be shy. Your story's worth it, your light will shine. At Level Up Academy, it's your time. Oh, it's your time. At Level Up Academy, we rise and climb. Empowered in your passion, your voice will be heard. Building a legacy with every word. From podcasts to pages, from business to art. Level Up's the place where it all can start. With heart and with vision, we're chasing every goal. Together we'll ignite the fire in your soul. Level up, reach the sky, take the lead, don't be shy. Your story's worth it, your light will shine. At Level Up Academy, it's your time. Oh, it's your time. At Level Up Academy, we rise and climb. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, we're trailblazing, breaking through the mold. Dreams are alive, let your story unfold. With courage and pride, we'll take the fight. At Level Up, we own the night. Level up, reach the sky, take the lead, don't be shy. Your story's worth it, your light will shine. At Level Up Academy, it's your time. Oh, it's your time. At Level Up Academy, we rise and climb. So let's level up and never look back. On the road to greatness, we're on the right track. Together we'll soar, together we'll fly. At Level Up Academy, we're alive.
Whoa, I'm hoping you guys can hear me this time. Yesterday was so funny. I put myself off stage and you couldn't hear me. Welcome to Level Up Academy podcast by Doc Leyland. Yes, I've been doing this 3 years. You're like, geez, that was a rookie move, CJ. Good job. I see all the eyes rolling and the judging. I don't really care. It's really not my nature to do that. It doesn't matter. But what I am so happy about today is to be here with Michelle, right? We are talking about an amazing opportunity for any of you, right? No judgment zone is what we actually promote because we all have walks of life that are different. We have different traumas. At the end of the day, what our commonality is that we're human, right? Our cycle of pain, our cycle of happiness, our cycle of confusion will happen. When will it happen? It really depends on your environment. It depends on who you are, right? But it's guaranteed to happen. And I'm so thankful, grateful, and I want to acknowledge Michelle for actually trying to help her community, right? Take the pain. That we have sometimes our pain, we don't want to talk about it. It's called silent pain for a reason. I'm just loud about my pain. I'm like, my head hurts, my back hurts, my knee hurts. I'm pretty open to all my pains like that. So today, I'm a little bit apprehensive and nervous at the same time, but like, I guess I'm literally go with the flow and authentic about whatever it is that we need to talk about today. And if I'm going to ask people to be authentic around my circle, then I need to make sure that I show the same grace as I'm asking people, right? So I don't know what's going to happen. And I told Mike about it. Mike's like, no. I'm like, yeah. Mike said, no. I'm like, yeah. Michelle and I are going to do this. Whether you watch us or not, it's going to happen. It's going to be in my YouTube. It's going to live there forever. And he started laughing about it. But Michelle actually has an amazing opportunity for all of you who are here to check out, okay, what she has to offer. And it is more of like a group experience that I want to call that, right? It's different when you're doing it individually, but at the same time, this is a group experience. It shows you how different we are, yet how the same we are. I'm loving this, right? I'm loving this conversation. But before we go there, I'm going to go through my sponsors. So, magazine's coming out in June. I cannot wait to actually highlight amazing people and what they do for the community. That's what I do, and amplify your message. And people always say, with CJ, I'm visible. I've had all of this. I have an authority in my space, but I still don't get conversion. And the reason, because you actually have visibility, but you lost your voice. You need to stay within your lane of your voice, right? That means you're just noise at this point if you don't have a voice. What does that mean? Well, let's deep dive individually on how we can do that, because it's different for every single person. And that's what I do, is to make sure that you stay within your voice so that you're not just another noise in social media, right? There's way too many noise out there, and it's actually diluted, and people just get jaded by the fact that there's way too many live stream, there's way too many publishers, there's way too many this, and at the end of the results, some of those people who are offering services they don't really know what they're doing. They did it one time, they're like, wait, I can do this. And each clients have different needs, and so make sure you do your due diligence and really research of what their capabilities are before jumping into services and then labeling everybody in that industry as bad, right? So that is what I do, is level up these leaders who are vetted, who I more likely have worked in the past or maybe belong to the Hounds of Business and Community that Mike has vetted, and elevate their voice. I also do social media education for mindset. Right now, I'm doing mindset and social media. I am getting a master's program, not for education. A master's level. I already have two, anyways, but more of like master coach for neuro linguistic programming. It's a psychology. I'm into psychology a lot lately. Um, and oh my god, it's kicking my butt. It's a lot of ways to work with, but part of that for me in my education journey is to show up for people where I'm curious enough to talk about different things, but I'm intentional on what I do, and I love influencing you because they are there, and I'm surrounded by like, wow, 2 3 4 million people, follower, leaders in there, from TikTok to YouTube, and I'm able to see their video and what they talked about, and I learn a lot from them as well. But this is a platform where if you're a business owner and you want to amplify social media and how you want to do it yourself, you can through this platform. It's a really amazing community, and I teach there every Friday. This Friday, 10 a.m. PST, I will be, well, which is tomorrow, really. I will be talking about energy and alignment, post with purpose and power. How do you show up to social media with purpose and power, right? Remember what I told you about the formula of success is Cray, right? C to the third power. C to the third power. What does that mean? Clarity, courage, and consistency. Then you got to add radical accountability minus your ego, right? That's called Cray for me. That is my formula for success. And I'm there every Friday, or sometimes every other Friday, depending on what I'm doing, to really elevate the community. And we are building an amazing community. Now, as I get older, I'm also very careful on what I take and what I put on my body because I have a lot of allergies, and I haven't been diagnosed, but I might be developing some type of autoimmune issues. But I think it's because of my environment, because that's why I have like 8 vacuums on my house right now, because my pets, I have a lot of pets, guys. But also making sure that whatever I put on my skin, even though I don't take it, is something that is okay with me because I have a very sensitive skin. And these so far are amazing. Community also called Bella Grace. And I take that elixir, and my knee, this third day or the fourth day I took it, my knee, I usually, when I go up and down the stairs, I used to run when I was younger. It was hurting. It was throbbing. I'm like, oh man. And so I end up just sitting down, right? But I took that elixir and the pain is gone, inflammation is gone. So it's really nice. And then, of course, I don't do injectables on my lips, but I like my lips powdier. Okay. And so I took this trio, and it's really amazing. And right now they have a 40% off sale actually on their website. So go ahead and check out that scan. It's called Bella Grace. Scan that code. I do get credit for it. So full disclosure. And then of course these two are made in Korea, and they're skincare that I like to glow. Okay, I love my skin glowing as much as I can. Like if I have a boyfriend from Mars, I want him to see me all the way to Earth. That's glow that I want. And so that is why I use a lot of Korean products. It's not even funny. So these are my sponsors. And I think I'm done. I'm talking so much. And I want Michelle here now. Hey, I'm pretty good. Usually I have 15 minutes, but this is only 10. I'm going to bring out Michelle, guys. Look at that smile. She's ready to rock and roll with us. All right, Michelle. How are you?
I am great. It is a beautiful day here in Dallas, Texas. It's not too hot, not too cool, and sunny outside. So,
That's wonderful. It has been warm in San Diego. It was raining, and then now it's warm. It was 90 degrees yesterday. Yeah,
that's yeah.
it was 90 degrees yesterday, and I was like, whoa, that is a lot of heat going on, and I wasn't ready for it. I'm like, Shh, I need to get my summer outfit out. So I'm still on my winter outfit. I don't even know how to dress anymore in here. But thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited.
I know. And I'm not going to ask you my first question because we already got here last time. So I'm just going to dive right into actually the history before what we're doing today, guys. Okay. I'm having Michelle lead this conversation today. But before we go there, how did you actually bump into this idea of helping others with healing?
Well, so I've been a lot of healers or a lot of people who get into this work, as you probably know, um, have gone through their own pain, their own experiences, and didn't love where they ended up in life. And so for me, I had gone through, several experiences that I allowed to shape my identity. And one day I realized, like, this is not who I am. This is not who I want to be. But I'm the only one who could change that. So I really started applying mindset techniques that I've been learning and actually teaching clients for 15 years, but really going deep, and learned about subconscious programming and how it affects everything in your life, and the subconscious programs that really are ingrained mostly from the third trimester in the womb up to age 7 or 8, and they form our beliefs, our habits, and ultimately our outcomes. And so I started exploring that, and I started identifying the subconscious beliefs based on the patterns and changing those. And my life literally changed within me, which meant it trickles outward. And so the way I would see things, the way I experience things were from a different perspective.
Yeah. I had a lot of trauma. I don't even think I told anybody that. Did I? I don't remember. ADHD moment here. I'm trying to think. I'm like, did I tell any of my circle of friends my trauma? Because my mom was a teenager when she had me. She was literally pregnant at 16 and had me at 17 in the Philippines, and that's a taboo, especially in Asian culture, right? And she was there to be disciplined. She was naughty when she was here in America. She was born and raised in LA. She's a Valley girl. She went to the Philippines to have a stricter rules, but instead got pregnant.
Mm,
And so her family was not happy about that. And they were trying to get rid of me in her tummy. So they literally, I think my mom told me a story, pushed her on the stairs
mm,
to get rid of me, and she fell, and I'm still here. I guess I'm stubborn. And I'm like, nope.
You're
So
meant to be here. That's for sure.
yeah, when you say like trauma from the womb, I'm like, oh yeah, I had a lot of trauma. And then at 2, we had a stairs. I think it's 62 steps. It's really long because we had 16-bedroom home in the Philippines. It's
Wow.
ancestral, it's like over 100 years old. And it was used in World War II as a hospital on the bottom. And so many people died in there. There's one room that I think so many people died that even if there's super sunny, I mean, Philippines is hot and sunny. We open it, it's always dark in there. And when you go in, and look, I'm talking about it gives me goosebumps. I don't
Yeah.
know if you like believe in those things, but like when I opened that door, my grandma's like, never go to that room. And we open it, there's no furniture, nothing, but we hear noise in there at night sometimes. I was like, oh no. Because it was used during World War II, you know?
Yeah.
And I remember going down the hill. I think I had a nanny growing up, and I think my nanny was with her boyfriend, and I fell all the way down when I was about a year and a half.
Mm.
And so I have a dent in my head. I don't know. Like my husband actually feels like, what is this? I'm like, oh, that's when I was a year and a half. Like I have a dent, like like this in my
Yeah.
head. Yeah. So when you could talk about trauma, I'm like, yeah, I've had that. So yeah.
Well, your story sounds so much like like mine, because my mom got pregnant with me out of wedlock when she was 19, and it was very taboo, back in the day. And she dropped me on my head whenever I was like, I don't know how old I was, maybe 6 or 8 months old. It was like a big joke. She's like, "Oh yeah, I dropped you on your head." I'm like, "That's actually not funny," kind
It
of thing.
isn't, yeah, but I have a huge dent, and
Hmm.
in the Philippines, my dad's side had money, so they had to, before she gave birth, they had to get married. So they basically lied that she was 18 and my dad was 19 to get married,
Mm.
because it's very traditional Catholic. And yeah, so they lied that she was 18, my dad was 19, so they got married before I gave birth. She gave birth to me, but trauma started from the womb for me because they were
Hmm.
trying to get rid of me, her family anyway. Yeah,
Well,
that's
we'll see what we uncover.
Ooh, let's go. I'm kind of nervous.
I understand, but part of the healing process is having the courage, like you do, to face, your traumas, to face these emotions head on, and release them from the body. It's such an easy thing to do, but so many people don't realize how simple yet profound this process is.
Yes, stubborn. Hello, I have 2 bulldogs. I learn it from them. So, even cancer couldn't kill me, sister. So I'm still here. Like that's why I'm like, oh, well, it's God's plan. And if I'm for God and everything I work for is to glorify Him, then if you're against me, you're against Him. I don't know what to tell you by then. So
Amen, sister.
yeah, that's all. I'm like, well, I don't know what to tell you. You're gonna be against Him. Okay, whenever you're ready, go ahead and start.
Okay, so what we're doing today is something called the emotion code. I'm going to talk about the emotion code. So, um, I am a self sabotage coach, and I identify subconscious beliefs that are hindering your progress, or that are creating habits that you don't like, or beliefs that you don't like and want to get rid of. Well, so when I first started this process, it was kind of with my clients, kind of drudging up the past, like going back to the earliest memories that you can, go to and all that, which was a little stressful, I think, for people. Well, I came across the emotion code, and basically what it is, it uses muscle testing, and I can do it virtually, and we're going to demonstrate this in a little bit, to identify trapped emotions that could be causing pain, or discomfort, or mental problems, all sorts of issues. And so trapped emotions, they're just unresolved emotional energies from past experiences that get stuck in the body. And even though you can't see them, they're there, and they're about the size of your fist, and can just get stuck in different parts of the body. They come from trauma, they come from heartbreak, stress, or even small moments that we didn't fully process. And that they may seem insignificant at the time, but our body, our subconscious, didn't think so. So again, these energies are invisible, but they're very real. And then they can distort our thoughts, our behavior, our physical health, and our energy field. So emotions are energy in motion. You may have heard that before. And then when they don't move, they get stuck. So somebody might ask, like, why do they need to be released? So when these emotions are trapped and they're left unprocessed, they can cause physical pain or tension. A migraine, knee pain, things like that. It can lead to emotional triggers or mood instability. They also reinforce limiting beliefs or subconscious blocks, and ultimately sabotages our health, our relationships, and our goals. So they disrupt the body's natural flow of energy. Like it's like static in your nervous system, and so releasing them restores clarity, vitality, and peace. And we all want that, right? So when they're released, I'll just kind of tell you what we're going to be doing here. People often feel lighter. They feel more clear-headed or emotionally unburdened. Physical symptoms like neck pain, tension, or fatigue often improve in one session. Long-held patterns like self-sabotage, anxiety, fear of rejection start to dissolve. It's not always dramatic, but it's always significant. So it's like turning down the background noise you didn't know was there. And then all of a sudden you're like, wait, it seems like really quiet in here all of a sudden. So, and just, to make anyone listening to this feel better, everyone has trapped emotions and no one gets through life unscathed. Some of them are inherited or absorbed from the environment, from parents, caregivers, even a collective event, like think about like 9/11 or, something like that, all the thousands of people, tens of thousands of people that were affected by that in one day. Some emotions get trapped before we can process them logically, like in childhood or in traumatic moments. And when you're a child, up until age 7, you're in this theta brainwave state. So you're basically absorbing everything from your environment, and you a lot of times don't know how to process it, and you're creating your beliefs based on what you're absorbing at that time. So even when somebody like seems fine, they most likely are carrying unseen emotional weight. And so, being transparent and open to this belief of a trapped emotion and just, testing it for yourself often produces amazing results. So, so the emotion code is what we're going to be talking about and demonstrating today. Was actually developed by a chiropractor named Dr. Bradley Nelson. It's gentle, non-invasive, an energy healing technique. And so what I'll be doing is asking your subconscious if there are any trapped emotions that are contributing to whatever issue we're going to work on today. And your subconscious will give me a yes or no answer. We'll go through a chart to identify what this emotion is and where it actually originated, when it actually originated. So most of my clients, I don't downplay the benefit of talk therapy, but how many people do you know that have been in talk therapy for 20 or 30 years, still talking about the same trauma or the same issues? So this is actually more effective than talk therapy. I've experienced it myself and a lot of my clients. So we're basically accessing the body's own intelligence. Your subconscious knows when it's ready to release something. And we don't need to relive it or reanalyze it. Just identifying the emotion, confirming it, and releasing it does the work. So it just allows the body's energy and systems to realign naturally. So that's kind of in a nutshell what we're going to be doing. Susanna, I've worked with Susanna and several other hounds and with some really amazing results. So do you have any questions or any thoughts about all this? Are you still a little nervous?
Yes, a bit, but at the same time, I actually was when I was doing the coach practitioner for cognitive behavior therapy. I actually was reading a little bit about Dr. Bradley Nelson
Mhm.
in the emotion code. So I'm glad that you are using that. But I have not deep dive into his theory or framework. So this will be interesting.
Okay.
Guinea pig
All
live.
right, Miss Guinea Pig. Okay, so first, I want to identify what is your most prevalent issue that you want to work with. Like, is it a headache? Like, do you have a headache right now, or is it the
I don't.
meeting?
I do have I have back pain, and my shoulder is always tense on my neck. So
Mm-hmm,
these are always, and then I do suffer from migraine. I already have like two MRIs. My frontal lobe is super white, like from trauma of the pain itself.
mm-hmm,
My most recent one was during my grandmother's funeral. On the way to the funeral, I had two of my kids, and I just in the parking lot because I couldn't, like, I literally just hurl everything. And my youngest daughter was like, Mom, we can't go back home with you and this. So we ended up staying with my mom because when I get migraine, I literally vomit at least 19 times a day.
mm. Okay, well, the next time you get a migraine, you call me. We'll work on that. But so, do you want to work on the the
Yes,
neck
the neck
tension,
would be great. Yeah.
or the back? Which one is the worst?
My neck for sure.
Okay, so neck tension. Okay. So I'm going to have you rate it. So from a 0 to a 10, 0 being nothing, like no tension right now, and 10 being the worst tension you've ever had, what would you rate it?
I'd say 8.
Okay. So it's a level 8 right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, so now I'm just going to ask you, if it's okay if I act as proxy for you and do the muscle testing on myself to ask your subconscious some questions.
Sure.
Okay. So I'm just going to take a second to center myself, ask for guidance, and commit this time to you. And am I connected to CJ? Yes. Okay. So is there a way I can share my screen here or?
I don't think they will let you. This thing
Okay.
is not allowed. I wish it was
Okay.
Zoom,
So
but it's not. Yeah.
So let me tell you what I'm going to be doing. So I've got a chart of 60 different emotions that I'm going to be identifying. I'm going to ask if the emotion is in column A or column B. And once I get an answer, I'm going to ask if it's an odd row or an even row. And then once I get an answer, I'm going to figure out what row it's in. But first, I will find out what type of emotion we're dealing with. And I'll just go through these 6 really quickly. There's common emotions. These are emotions that we create ourselves just throughout our life through different experiences, traumas, perceptions of an experience. There's absorbed. An absorbed emotion, you didn't actually experience the emotion yourself, but somebody that you were close to or loved or in your, in your circle experienced something and shared it with you, and you absorbed what they were experiencing. So, maybe your daughter had a bad breakup and she was so sad. And so you absorbed that sadness for her, would be an example. Prenatal, that is something that happens in utero, something going on around you that you absorb from your mom, your dad, their community. There are inherited emotions, and these inherited emotions can go back generations and just pass down from generation to generation, either on your mom's side or your dad's side. There are shared emotions. So maybe, again, like 9/11 would be a good example of that. People sharing the same experience, having the same emotion at that time. And then there's preconception. Now, it's not prenatal. It's actually before you are actually born. So, before you entered your mom's womb. It's a concept that some people are like, now what? But it's a very real thing. So, and then once I identify the emotion, I will take my magnet and swipe it over the governing meridian 3 times. And it just basically neutralizes the emotion. And as you probably know, energy cannot be created or destroyed. But it can change form. So it changes the form of the energy. A trapped emotion is just energy, as is everything. And but if for an inherited emotion, if we find something like that, we'll swipe 10 times. For all other emotions, we'll swipe 3. So we're magnetic beings, and it's, think about putting a magnet on a credit card, and it demagnetizes it. That's essentially what we're doing here. So you ready to go? Okay. So am I connected to CJ? Yes. Okay. So I'm going to ask a question. So are there trapped emotions that are contributing to CJ's neck tension? Yes. Okay. So I'm going to go to my chart. Is this trapped emotion in column, the types, is it column A or column B? Okay, it's column A. Is it a common emotion, absorbed emotion, or prenatal? So it says absorbed. So I'm just doing muscle testing on myself, and it's an absorbed emotion. So is this absorbed emotion, is it in column A or column B? Column B, is it an odd row or an even row? So it's an even row. Is it row 2, row 4, row 6? Okay, row 6. Is it pride? Is it shame? Is it shock, unworthy, or worthless? Okay, absorbed, shock. Now I'm going to go a little bit deeper here. I'm going to figure out the age at which this happened. Okay, did this absorbed shock occur before the age of 23? Before the age of 25? Between the ages of 25 and 30, 30 and 35. Okay, so 25 and 30. Age 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Okay, so age 28. And as we are identifying these emotions, whatever comes to your head and to your mind at the first, it's usually the one it is. So let me see if there's anything else I need to know about this absorbed shock. Do I need to know anything else about this? No. Can it be released? Yes. Okay. So I'm taking my magnet. I'm swiping it 3 times. And with intention, we're both releasing this absorbed shock from age 28. I'm going to ask the question, has this absorbed shock been released? Yes. Okay. Now let's go to the next one. Is there another trapped emotion that can be identified that's related to the neck tension? Yes. Okay. At the types, is it column A or column B? Okay, it's column A. Is it a common emotion? Okay, it's a common emotion. This is an emotion you've created yourself through your life experiences. Is this common emotion in column A or column B? It's in column A. Is it an odd row or an even row? So it's an even row, row 2, row 4, row 6. Okay, row 4. Is it anger, bitterness, guilt, hatred, resentment? Guilt, resentment. Okay, so it's resentment. Okay, can I get an age on this? Did this occur before the age of 25? Did this occur before the age of 20? Did this occur before the age of 15? Okay, so age 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So age 18. Is there anything else we need to know about this resentment? No. Okay, can it be released? Yes. Okay, so we're going to release this resentment from age 18, swiping 3 times. 3. Has this resentment been released? Okay, yes. Okay, is there another trapped emotion related to the neck tension that can be identified? Yes. Okay. Is of the types, is it column A or column B? Okay. Is it common, absorbed, prenatal? Another common emotion. Is this common emotion in column A or column B? It's in column A. Is it an odd row or an even row? It's an odd row. Is it row 1, row 3, row 5? Okay. Is this the common emotion of blaming, dread, fear, horror, peeved? Horror. Okay. Did this horror occur before the age of 25? Yes. Before the age of 20? Yes. Before the age of 15? Yes. Before the age of 10? No. So age 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. horror, age 14. Is there anything else I need to know about this? Okay, can it be released? Yes. Okay, so I'm getting a yes. We can release this horror from age 14. Okay. Has this horror been released? Yes. Okay. Is there another trapped emotion that can be identified? Okay, yes. Of the types, is it column A or column B? It's column A. Is it a common emotion? Another common emotion. Is this common emotion in column A or column B? It's in column B. Is it an odd row or an even row? It's an even row. Row 2, row 4, row 6. Okay, row 4, column B. Is it depression, frustration, indecisiveness, panic, taken for granted? Okay, taken for granted. Okay, did this taken for granted occur before the age of 25, between the ages of 25 and 30, between the ages of 35 and 40? Okay, age 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Okay, so age 38. Is there anything else we need to know about this taken for granted age 38? No. Can it be released? Yes. Okay, we're going to release taken for granted at age 38. Has this emotion of taken for granted been released? Yes. Okay. Is there another trapped emotion related to the neck tension that could be identified? Yes. Okay. Of the types, is it column A or column B? Okay. Is it a common emotion? Absorbed prenatal. Okay. It's another common emotion. Is this common emotion in column A or column B? So it's column A. Is it an odd row or an even row? So it's an odd row. Is it row 1, row 3, row 5? We're back to row 3. Is it crying, discouragement, rejection, sadness, sorrow? Okay, sorrow. Okay, did this sorrow occur before the age of 25, before the age of 20, before the age of 15? Okay, age 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Age 18. I'm going to ask the question, is this sorrow connected to the resentment from age 18? Yes. Okay. Is there anything else we need to know? Can it be released? Okay. So we're going to release this sorrow from age 18. Okay. Has the sorrow from age 18 been released? Yes. Okay. Okay. We're going to kind of take a pause here. So I want you to just take a deep breath. Can you get up and like walk around for a second? Just
Yeah.
okay. Get up and walk around. Just maybe take 3 or 4 steps and come sit down. And I'm going to ask you a couple of questions.
Okay.
Okay. Come back. Come back. Okay. Now, kind of move your shoulders around. Tell me how your neck is feeling right now. It was an 8 before. What would you rank it now?
It's a little bit loose. I still feel the tension right here on the right side.
Okay.
My left is a little bit loose though.
Okay. So would you still say it is an 8, or would you say it's gone down a little bit?
Yeah, it's gone down a little bit.
So what would you give it?
I'd probably say a 7.
Okay. So 7. Okay. We got some work to do. You ready to are you okay going through this again?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to keep on going here. Okay. So still connected with CJ. Yes. Okay. So are there more trapped emotions that are contributing to the neck tension? Yes. Okay. Of the type, is it column A or column B? Okay, column B. Is it inherited, shared, preconception? So we found ourselves inherited trapped emotion. Okay, so we're going to find out where that came from. Did this inherited trap emotion come from mom or dad? Came from mom. Does it go back further than 5 generations? Yes. Does it go back further than 10 generations? No. So 6, 7, 8. So 8 generations. So it came from mom. Did it come from her mom or her dad? Okay, so it came from your grandfather. Did it come from his dad or his mom? His dad. Did it come from his dad or his mom? Came from his mom. Did it come from her mom or from her dad? Okay, come from dad. Let's see. Did it come from his mom, his dad? Dad. Did it come from his dad, his mom? Mom. And did it come from her mom or her dad? Okay, from dad. Okay, so this goes back way back, 8 generations. So let's find out what the inherited emotion is, and then we'll release it. Does this inherited emotion in column A or column B? It's in column A. Is it in row 1? I mean, is it an odd row or an even row? Even row. So is it row 2, row 4, row 6, row 4? Is it inherited anger, inherited bitterness, inherited guilt, inherited hatred, inherited resentment? So it's inherited guilt. Okay, so how many children do you have, CJ?
2.
Okay. Let me see. Did either of CJ's children inherit this? Yes. Did they both inherit it? Yes. Okay. So when we release it from you and past generations, we're also going to release it from your children and future generations. So we're going to just nip this in the bud. Is there anything else I need to know about this inherited guilt? Can it be released? Yeah. Yes. Okay. So with inherited emotions, we swipe 10 times because there's a lot going on there. So I'm going to swipe this 10 times, releasing this inherited guilt. 9, 10. I felt that in me. Has this inherited guilt been released? Yes. Has it been released from past generations? Yes. Future generations? Yes. And from current generations? Yes. Okay. Yay. All right. Let's keep on going. Are there any more trapped emotions related to the neck tension that can be identified today? Yes. The type, is it column A or column B? Is it inherited, shared, or preconception? Shared. Got a shared emotion here. Did this shared emotion occur? Is this shared emotion in column A or column B? Column B is an odd row, even row, so odd row. Is it row 1, row 3, or row 5? Okay. Is this shared conflict, shared creative insecurity, shared terror, shared unsupported, shared wishy-washy? Okay, shared unsupported. Let's dig a little deeper. Did this shared emotion of feeling unsupported occur before the age of 25? Yes. Before the age of 20? No. So age 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Age 24. Okay. Do we need to know anything else about this shared emotion? No. Okay, so can it be released? Yes. Okay, we're going to release this shared unsupported. Has this shared emotion of unsupported been released? Yes. And the cool thing is when we release it from you, CJ, we release it from whoever you shared this emotion with as well. Let's go for it. Let's try to do a few more. So are there any more trapped emotions related to the neck tension? Yes. Okay. Is of the type, is it in column A or column B? Okay. Is it common? It's a common shared emotion. I mean, common emotion. Is this in column A or column B? It's in column B. Is it an odd row or an even row? It's an even row. Row 2, row 4, row 6. Okay. Is it pride, shame, shock, unworthy, worthless, unworthy? Okay, let's get an age. Did this unworthy emotion get trapped before the age of 25, before the age of 20, before the age of 15, before the age of 10? Okay, so 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, age 14. Is this in any way connected to the horror from age 14? No. Okay. Can it be released? Yes. Okay, go. We're going to release unworthy from age 14. Has this emotion been released? Yes. Okay. Is there another trapped emotion related to the neck tension that can be identified? Yes. Of the types, is it column A or column B? Okay, is it common? It's a common emotion. Is this common emotion in column A or column B? Column B. Odd row or even row? Even row. Is it row 2, row 4, row 6? Okay, we're back to 6. Is it pride, shame, shock? Shock. Does shock occur before the age of 25? No. Between the ages 25 and 30, 30 and 35. Okay, age 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. Okay, age 33. Is there anything else we need to know about this? Can it be released? Yes. Okay, so we're going to release shock from age 33. Has this shock been released? Yes. Okay. Are there any more trapped emotions we can identify today for the neck tension? Yes. Okay. Is it of the types? Is it column A or column B? It's column A. Is it a common emotion, absorbed or prenatal? It's common. Is this common emotion in column A or column B? Column A. Odd row or even row? So an even row. Row 2, row 4, row 6, row 4. Is it anger, bitterness, guilt, hatred, resentment, hatred? Okay. Did this hatred occur before the age of 25? No. Between the ages of 25 and 30? Yes. 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Age 28. Is this hatred from age 28, is it connected with the absorbed shock? Yes. Okay. Can it be released now? Yes. Okay. So we're releasing hatred from age 28. 2, 3. Has this been released? Yes. Are there any more emotions that can be identified today? No. Are there more emotions contributing to the neck tension that can be released later? Yes. Okay. How much processing time do we need? Is it 24 hours? Is it 36 hours? Okay, so 36 hours for processing this. And basically over the next 36 hours, you may experience some echoes of some of these things and we can talk about them a little bit more or not. I want to keep it as private as you want. But after you processed it for about 36 hours, then your subconscious is saying, okay, I can release some more emotions related to the neck tension. But right now, like just kind of moving around, just, whatever. What would you rate your neck tension at now?
I think after the third question, I was actually moving around because it kind of loosens up, like someone's massaging me. I'm like, oh, that's kind of nice. Because I was pretty tense. I was like, and I was trying to recognize all the years that you have, but yeah, I had a lot of turmoil. But I was like, Jesus, 6 generations. It's funny that you said that because my daughter Bella, youngest, even at the age of 3, I remember her, she would cry if I just go to the bathroom. She has an abandonment issue. I have an abandonment issue because I got abandoned by my parents, right? Like literally. And I'm like, girl, I'm in a bathroom. Like she would hold on to my leg. And then I went to San Francisco without her, and she really was upset with me. And she has this like abandonment issues. I'm like, why do you have that? Both of your parents are still here. Like we don't have that. And I found out a month ago, 3 weeks ago, during the funeral, that during the eulogy, that my mom was abandoned by her mom, my grandmother who died, and my grandmother who died was abandoned at age 10 at the sanitarium by her entire family.
Mm-hmm.
Then we said, and then she told me that her mom's mom also abandoned her mom's mom and her. Like, so when you said that, I'm like, I already know this abandonment issue. I'm the only one who's breaking the cycle, like in my family.
Yes. And this is actually breaking the cycle for future generations as well, you know?
Which is so nice. And then all my parents are like divorced. My mom has like 4 or 5 husbands, and my grandma's the same. And I'm like, okay, I'm on my one husband and I'm approaching 50. I think I'm doing good so far. Like,
Yeah.
and if I will get divorced, I'm like, hey, I made it, like at least one. But that is so weird. And when you say that 33, and I was so shocked, yeah, I
Mhm.
think that's when I was diagnosed with my cancer.
Did any of the other ones resonate with
Oh
you?
yeah, like when I had some issues and I just met my mom at 18.
Mhm.
Yeah, all of those numbers are keywords. And then 28, or was it 20? Yeah, 28 is we were trying to have a baby, but I wasn't ready to have another baby because I almost died at my first one. Then during my MBA program, I found out I was pregnant with my youngest. So I was like,
Mm.
I was age 28, all right. But
So,
yeah, that is so funny. Like, oh my
yeah.
God, you do that. Yeah.
Well, the subconscious mind knows, and a lot of times, we operate 93 to 97% of our thoughts are subconscious, and so we don't even consciously know why we're doing things a lot of times, and those thoughts that are subconscious, 60 to 80% of them are negative. So, and they're linked to trapped emotions and experiences that we've had. And if you could just release those like we just did so easily. So what would you say your pain level is or tension level is now? It was a
Yeah,
7.
it's probably like a 4 or 5. Like, it's so crazy.
Okay. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm like,
and there
man,
were still more emotions,
yeah.
attributed that, but typically we can release about 5 or 10 emotions, and then you've got to process them. And the subconscious says no more, but yes, there's still some more. No more today. There's still some work to be done. So we'll have to get back together and finish that. Um, you
I
know,
had a lot of issues. I told you guys I was full of issues.
we all have trapped emotions. I mean,
Yeah.
you could have like 200, and actually you might have the same, like, shock came up a couple of times for you, but each of these emotions have different signatures, energetic signatures. And so um, you could have shock at age 34 3 times, but it could be linked to 3 different events that happened at 34 or 33. Or you can have, the abandonment, or feeling unworthy. It's all like linked to a certain event or experience. And so it could show up time and time and time again, but they just have different signatures.
I'm so grateful for that. And so we're going to invite people. I was like, wait, now I have to think about that all day long right now. That is so amazing. Now I'm like, okay, I'm going to read his book again. Like, I have his book. I'm going to read his book
Yeah.
again, and really get into it, because I really got into my like intuition and gut when I met April in person. She came to San Diego and I met
Mhm.
her in person. I was so
Yeah.
grateful for that. And I didn't even know that it's possible to have sound healing. Like, I felt like my entire being left my body.
Hmm.
And I felt so refreshed, and I keep telling my daughters, and so now I even got Susanna into like sound healing at night when we're stressed
Hmm.
out, to just listen to that. So this is so nice. We do want to invite people to our session. Let me see if I can have it up. I just created it really quickly for us, Michelle. This is what
Nice.
I have, guys. Just register in here. Let me take this. Hold on one second. I think there are some comments in here that I'm going to take out. So there you go. So you can register. It's June 3rd. Is that correct date and time?
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. We are doing a more of a group session. Can you tell us a little bit more about what is happening during that time?
Yeah. So it'll be very similar to what we've just done here. I'll have whoever is willing to volunteer. I'll do a demonstration like I did on you, but we're going to talk about how you can actually um, either learn how to do it on yourself, or, if you want a session with me, that's great. But the thing is that we all have the power to release our own trapped emotions, and do it on ourselves. And you don't have to go through pain, physical, emotional, mental, whatever pain. If you just learn how to identify these emotions, and release them yourself. So, of course, I would love to do sessions with anybody who is interested in not learning to do it themselves, but wants to have their emotions released. But so it'll be kind of a Q&A, a demo, and just me talking about how you can do it yourself too.
Okay, awesome. So what I'm gonna do is not only I'm gonna show it here, but would you give me the privilege of sharing this to all my social media?
Oh, please. I would love it. The more people that can learn this and benefit from it, the better this world will be, honestly. We get stuck in our patterns, we get stuck in our beliefs, and then we get stuck in this victim mentality, and start blaming everybody else for our problems, whenever really it starts with us, right?
Yeah, it does start with us. It's hard work. What I really need help on, that I've noticed a pattern with me is I have a pessimistic attitude when it comes to time. I don't know why. I think I got beaten too many times when I was younger. That's probably why, because I lag all the time when I was younger. Probably. I don't
Yeah.
know. But
Yeah.
okay, I'm gonna give you an example. Okay. So this morning, my daughter, I told her she wanted to get coffee at Dutch Bro, and I said, okay, Dutch Bro's maybe 5 miles, but the traffic is really horrible. So I said, okay, we leave at 8. She dragged herself out of the house at 8:04. By the time I get to the driving thing, it hits 8:20, and I'm stressed out because I have to be here at 9. She has to be at school first, right? But every time that I do that, I realize, and my daughter's actually a really good psychiatrist and for me, because she's like, Mom, everything will work out. You know it does all the time. But for some reason, I cannot make myself believe it. I'm comfortable of being pessimistic, but it stresses the heck out of me, and I need to be out of that. Like, I don't know how to cut that pattern.
Well, it's a fear. It's a fear-based. Everything's either based in love or fear, and so that falls on the fear. But it is a lack of control. This is a fear of not being in control. So that's where that's coming from, and that's another thing we could work on.
Yeah, because I'm like, I need help on that, because I know that it's really okay, but like at the end of the day, I'm hurting myself subconsciously, and I can feel my tension. And I don't know if I told you this, but I have when I get migraine, I get lockjaw.
Mm.
And the positive side of lockjaw, guys, I get skinny because I can't open my mouth and I can't eat. So
Yeah, but you don't want to be in pain.
no, but the negative side, I am dying. Like I can't even move my jaw. So it's really bad. So I don't chew gum too much, but I do have neurogum, so I chew it a little bit. But that is my problem, is I lock my jaw when I get stressed out too. So I have a lot of issues. I'm like, oh my God, this issue's gonna go somewhere. I don't know what. But
Yeah.
yeah.
And that's where emotions tend to go, is they go in our most vulnerable places in our body. So we're going to have to work on that as well. So
I felt a shift during CG. Yeah, I know. Me too. I felt that shift. I was like, wow, that's kind of weird, Michelle. Let's go. Keep going. Like we're gonna be here for
energy. And we're going to well, we'll just keep on
Oh,
keeping on behind the scenes. But yeah, so I'm so glad thank you so much for hosting this and allowing me to share this simply profound energy healing technique. It's amazing.
I love it. And I love that we're surrounded with people who are leveling us up to our inner core, right?
Yes.
Because we always come and show up, and even if we don't mean to project our own issues to our clients, sometimes it does, especially if you're not aware, like self-aware, that that's the energy you're giving. Because in the back of your head, no, I'm fine, but really in your subconscious mind and also your body, you're not fine. So I think healing yourself and really digging deep into like your own stuff and how to be stronger and how to be happier and have more joy in your life and release that trauma, it's important.
Yeah. And, if you don't address it, eventually it does turn into dis-ease in the body. It can turn into a cancer. It can turn into, diabetes or whatever, just depending where you're most vulnerable in your body. So from that standpoint, from a preventative health standpoint, it's important to do this as well, to do this work.
I love it. I love it. Thank you so much, Michelle. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
you guys for being here. And I will actually create Instagram and TikTok video on this one later on. I was on TikTok for an hour on skincare last night. But
Awesome.
thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. Have a beautiful day, Michelle, and everybody else who's here.
You too.
Bye,
Thank you so
everybody.
much.
Thank you.
Are you a curious student, eager to learn new skills and make your mark in the world? Or are you a professional seeking to advance your career and unlock your full potential? You need to be equipped with effective soft skills like communication, problem solving, teamwork, and more. The Level Up Academy by Doc Leyland bridges the gap between education and employment through transferable skills training. Get the soft skills you need to be more effective at work.